The males of this species are among the prettiest bird boys in the whole wide world, sporting haute couture plumage that look like they were designed by a fashion mogul. These ducks are the envy of everyone, including, possibly, their more homely female counterparts. This is the Mandarin duck.
Hi, my name is Aranya, Iyer, and you're watching Animalogic's World of Birds. Today, we're at Bird Kingdom in Niagara Falls.
We want to take a moment to thank our sponsor for this week's episode, Magellan TV. We found the perfect documentary to recommend to all our Animalogic viewers on Magellan TV. It's called Magedi, Africa's Lost Wolf. And just like our videos, this documentary takes a deep dive into a species of animal. In this case, the Ethiopian wolf. What's really amazing is that it follows one wolf, Magedi, as she searches for a new pack after she gets separated from her family. Yes, you will be very attached to her by the end of it. It features incredible 4K footage, a story that will have you on the edge of your seat, and tons of amazing facts about African wolves. Watch even the first 5 minutes and you'll be hooked. You can check out Magedi, Africa's Lost Wolf, and over 3,000 other documentaries at Magellan TV. New documentaries are added weekly, so you'll never be short on amazing content. And for a limited time, Animalogic viewers can take advantage of a special holiday offer. Buy one, get one free gift card for an annual membership by clicking on the link in the description. Thanks Magellan TV for sponsoring this episode. You can't help but notice when a male Aix galericulata vogues onto the scene. Covered in artistic patches of purple, green, blue, black, and orange, and kissed with an ombre red and blush pink bill, he's the talk of the pond. If the male is this stunning, the female must be an absolute knockout, right? But rather than a flashy suit, she's understated in dull brown feathers that keep her well hidden in her environment.
The two Mandarin ducks are chilling on the ledge behind me. I can't see their feet, so they really just look like two loafs. Hailing originally from East Asia, today feral populations of Mandarin ducks can be found in Great Britain, Ireland, and the United States.
These highly social ducks are the perfect example of sexual dimorphism. We touched on sexual dimorphism in our belted kingfisher episode,
where we also gave you a sneaky preview of these dapper ducks.
Sexual dimorphism is the physical difference in size or appearance between the sexes of a species. This evolutionary phenomenon occurs not just in birds, but also mammals, insects, and even plants. There are a number of reasons why these differences evolve, but usually it's to ensure reproductive success.
Birds that are polygamous tend to be more sexually dimorphic than birds that are monogamous.
Studies into differences in plumage color seem to come down to the lady. She wants to choose the absolute best male for her little offspring. What better way to show her you're a prime specimen for breeding than with healthy, colorful feathers? Thanks to sexual selection, the prettier the drake, the more she'll want to mate.
An imperfect rhyme for a perfect example of sexual dimorphism.
Recent studies have suggested that the beautiful plumage of sexually dimorphic birds may even go beyond what human eyes can see. Behavioral experiments show that ultraviolet reflective and fluorescent plumage may also play an important role in how a female bird selects her mate, especially during mating displays. But plumage isn't the only way a Mandarin drake turns the ladies' heads.
Like many other species, he puts on an elaborate display to woo her.
Waterfowl in general take part in different types of sexual displays: courtship, pair maintenance, and fertilization.
But the courtship display is the most elaborate of them all. It's the equivalent of splashing out on your first date.
Courtship for Mandarin ducks is a communal event, with small groups of males coming together to perform their complex displays for their lady onlookers.
They will try anything to win her affection, because they know, when it comes to breeding, whatever the lady says goes.
The displays involve sequences of elaborate choreographed movements. The drake will pretend to drink, dipping his head down while flipping his head plume forward. He'll shake. He'll mock preen his feathers.
Oh, yes. Wonderful. Wow.
All the while, he holds up the rust-colored tertiary feathers on the upper parts of his wings like a sail.
But nothing makes the ladies swoon like his burp.
During his burp, he thrusts his head upwards, puffing out his neck feathers while making a belchy sound that drives the ladies wild.
When the female picks the male that she's going to breed with monogamously, she initiates a courtship display of her own. All that hard work that went into being the world's most beautiful drake finally paid off. A lot of the Asian cultures who interacted with these Mandarin ducks used to think that they were entirely monogamous for their whole lives. This has proven not to be true, although they do stay as a pair for long periods of time.
Mandarin ducks nest high up in trees away from water. She'll incubate the 9 to 12 eggs she lays for a month before they hatch simultaneously. Just 24 hours later, they are ready to leave the short-lived comfort of the nest. The mother duck will stand at the bottom of the tree and coax her ducklings out with a special call reserved just for this moment.
And Mandarin ducklings have zero fear of heights. They march themselves right to the edge and fling themselves off.
Even though these featherweights hit the ground pretty hard, they don't get hurt because they're protected by their thick down feathers. Once they land, their quest for sustenance begins. And these little puffballs can march in search of food and water for more than a kilometer.
Imagine parachuting off a cliff and walking a marathon just 24 hours after you're born. In the Mandarin ducks, once the male has fertilized the female, he leaves for a little bit. It's only after the chicks have come out of their eggs does he come back to help with the feeding and the protection of these little babies.
Their closest and only relative in their Aix genus is the North American wood duck, whose males sport equally dazzling suits. Although they are related, there is little evidence to suggest that Mandarin and wood ducks are able to hybridize. Just like the lonesome mule, offsprings of these two lookers will be unable to breed themselves. But with such handsome specimens for the lady Mandarin to choose from in her own species, there's little need to give any other ducks a sideways look.
So what should we talk about next? Let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to hit subscribe for new episodes every week. Keep soaring to new heights. I'll see you later. The Mandarin duck flew off, and it came back, and now it's taken a little bit of a swim in the water. Can you imagine? What a touristy thing to do.